And that basically comes with experience. So like I said, if you're trading on demo or you're just studying the charts and not really putting on your own trades with your own ideas, I suggest you actually end up doing that, because that's the only way you're gonna get the experience. It's one thing to just watch the markets, but to actually be in there risking something that will develop your skills a lot faster. All right, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is the first time that you're tuning in, my name is Lewis, and this is the YouTube channel where I'm documenting my trading journey. First and foremost, I want to thank Techtronix.com for sponsoring this series. If you're looking to build your dream PC with the best available parts in the market, make sure you check out the link down in the description and check out Techtronix. They have a 1-year warranty and quoting is available. So if you want specific parts on your build, they'll be able to help you out with that. If you've been looking for a broker for your Forex trades, the broker that I use is HeroFX. You can find the link in the description as well. All right, so this week was basically a week where experience really showed itself, I guess, or the experience needed really showed itself. I'm gonna go more in depth as we get into the video and we get into the charts, but to sum it up, it was basically a week of me having winning trades and then watching it go the other way, just because I didn't have the experience of trading during this week. And like I said, I'm gonna explain it when we get into the chart. So let's just get into the chart. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share with a friend. Let me know how your trading journey is going down in the comments as well, and let me know how you did this week, especially with the amount of manipulation and news that we had this week. I gained a lot of experience, so I'm actually glad that this week ended up happening, because it showed me that no matter how good you are or how confident you are, the experience is something that you just can't get away from. So I'm saying that to say, basically, if you're just trading demo or you're not even trading, you're just studying the charts, you need to get in there and actually get your own experience in the market, because without that experience, there's just going to be situations you're going to be put in that you won't know what to do until you actually get in. You want to make sure that you actually get in there and put, I don't want to say put your money at risk, but that's the only way to really explain it. So before we even get into that, I want to take a look at the economic calendar for the past week. As you can see, we were heavily backloaded towards the end of the week with CPI and PPI Thursday and Friday. We should have seen more of a consolidating market during the beginning of the week. We also had Powell talking Tuesday and Wednesday, so that is why I took the trades that I took this week. Monday, as you can see, there was really nothing. There was no news on Monday except for probably some yellow. Yeah, we had consumer credit month to month, but that's not significant at all, and it was in the afternoon. So Monday could have been an expected day to just have consolidation. Either way, we'll get more into that once we get into the charts, but if I'm not mistaken, the days that really moved the most was Thursday and Friday. That's where a lot of people say that you really start getting it in trading after a couple years, after your second year, specifically just because you have the experience. And now I know what to do on a month where we have, for example, beginning of the week having Powell speaking or anybody else, some type of FOMC event, and then Thursday and Friday we have PPI and CPI. It's better to wait towards the end of the week. And Thursday was an amazing trade. I'll leave that to the end of the video, or when we get to it in the video. Yeah, let's just get straight into the charts. So you can see this is the week that we ended up having, with mostly a consolidation Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday was a good day, and then Thursday was the best day to trade. Friday was also a very good trade, and I'll leave Friday for when we get into it, because it was extremely interesting, especially while I was trading it. But this is the week that we ended up having. I'll show you guys my drawings now. This is what my levels were. I think we are now done with the buy side of the market maker sell model. As you can see, all buy side right here. This could be the original consolidation, and we're rejecting off of this 1 hour imbalance. You came back to a discount, so I am anticipating for the rest of the week we end up going lower and taking out these generated sell side liquidity, as you can see here. But we'll end up having to wait until next week either way just to see. I haven't looked at the economic calendar yet for next week, but that's what it's looking like, especially if we keep on respecting this sell side imbalance. This is also a 4 hour sell side imbalance, so yeah, if we keep on respecting that, we could see lower prices next week. But yeah, it looks confusing now. Let's just move into the days. Monday was a consolidating day. Coming into Monday, there was no news, so we came in at the 9:30. We took out buy side, and I can't remember exactly if I took a sell position. Monday was another one of those days where, like I said, if you don't have the experience, you won't really know what to do in those situations. I took a long position somewhere around here. After I saw we took out buy side and that we were going to come down, for some reason I was still expecting higher prices, so you were still in the buy side of the curve of the market maker sell model. So I took a long right here, if I'm not mistaken. I took a long right here, had my stop at that low, and I was actually targeting the 2.5% of the fib. As you can see here, I'm gonna leave that one there because that one's significant for later on. But I was targeting, I was using this last leg of manipulation to form my target. So I was targeting the -2. So you can see it would have been a 9R, but we came up to this buy side level, and since it was on Monday, and like I said, we were backloaded for the end of the week, so it makes sense as to why we would consolidate in this range. But if I had the experience, I would have cut off my trade as soon as we got on top of this buy side liquidity, because like I said, it's a Monday. We have manipulation and news towards the end of the week. Why would they make Monday run if they're saving all that price price action for the end of the week. So yeah, I was in profit this trade, and then I watched it come back down and it took me out, as you can see here. But what is very important was this week I managed my risk correctly. So I had very small losses, which is important because you want to make sure that your losses are small. You're never gonna have 100% win rate. So if your losses are small and your wins are big, that's basically the name of the game. But as you can see, there was multiple small scalping opportunities on this day, which is just it's not worth putting that much risk unless it was something very small, like this short down to this buy side imbalance right here. I believe it's a 15-minute buy side imbalance. Could have been a trade, but the better trade was later on in the afternoon, since we kept on supporting from here. And I believe there was also an SMT here, but I was already done for the day at this time, and we ended up coming back up, so you can see. But yeah, you can see it here a lot better. This is a 15-minute imbalance. We ended up being supported by that, and then could target the -1 and took partials along the way up. Taking partials is something that's very important. If you're not taking your partials, I don't even know what to say, because at the end of the day, you never know exactly how the market is going to play out. So if you get to a certain level, make sure you have certain invalidation levels and have some levels where you're just gonna take some profits, and you always have to pay the trader first. That's what I believe. Either way, that's what happened on Monday. It was mostly a chop day, but we had a good trade on this day. As you can see, we also had another trade later on towards the end of the day. This is all during market close either way. But if you would have been holding from here, we came into the golden zone for the optimal trade entry, and it could have been something that you would have held. If you're on a prop account, you can't hold after market close, but if you're trading personal, that would have been a very good trade actually. Let's move on to Tuesday, because I believe Tuesday the same thing happened, if I'm not mistaken. So Tuesday, I had a very small losing day on Tuesday. It was like $38, which is insignificant when it comes to what the wins are. But on Tuesday, I don't know if I just couldn't figure out what the draw on liquidity was really gonna be. We had Powell speaking, so you could see all this chop. It was just better not to trade on Tuesday and just wait till Wednesday and Thursday specifically. But as you can see, we had extreme chop. I don't know if this was a 1 hour imbalance. I think it was a 1 hour imbalance, but it does make sense. It came up for 9:30, manipulated higher. We took out this buy side liquidity, which is important because it took out the Asian session liquidity and then came back down. I guess you could have targeted this low right here or this imbalance as a target, but what I was looking at was to see if we were gonna bounce off this 1 hour buy side imbalance. It was a 4 hour buy side imbalance, as you can see right here, but it ended up being supported later on. I guess the better trade on that day would have been a short, but it makes sense. We came up, manipulated, take out buy side, and then just went lower. Like I said, I don't know what you could have been targeting. Maybe the sell side imbalance right here, which was supported in a way, maybe colored outside the lines just a little bit, but it was supported, and then we had a bigger move higher. So I think I took a small L on Tuesday. That's basically it. And then Wednesday, I remember what happened Wednesday. I think I have a screenshot for Wednesday too. Wednesday was the same nonsense as before. On Monday, winning trade, I believe I bought, oh, you can see it, there. I have it marked out. I ended up buying right here after we wicked down, and I thought we were gonna end up rising because it was Wednesday already, so I was expecting some type of continuation. It came up, I was in profit, and then I saw it start coming down, so I ended up closing early. But the move down ended up just being a manipulation for the move higher. As you can see, there was a pretty good range built on Wednesday, and we never came down to take out sell side. And if I'm not mistaken, I think we took out sell side on ES, so that could have been an SMT. No, so we didn't create an SMT, but it did create a lower low right here, so this would have been an SMT. Or if you use that last manipulation leg using the bodies on the 15 minutes, since that's where most of the volume is, you can see we hit the 1.5 and almost hit the -2 on the fib, but that would have been a good trade. Either way, I had that move up, so I should have just took profits at that buy side liquidity and then just sat on the side just to see what would happen, especially when we came back down. And we kind of came back down into the golden ratio for the optimal trade entry. As you can see, we were supported by that 70.5 level and then just took off later on in the session during 11. The moves were a little bit later on most of the days this week, but as you can see, we rose up and then ended up consolidating. Thursday, I don't know why I was looking for a long on Thursday. That just makes no sense because as you can see, it's very clear, extremely clear. Consolidation, manipulation, distribution, and we destroyed more than half of the weekly range with that one day on Thursday, and all my sell side levels were hit because I came into the day anticipating moving lower since it was Thursday and we have been rising all week, but for some reason I switched my bias. I think there was an SMT on a higher level, but ended up being invalidated later on, so I don't know why I just took a long. And I was anticipating us to go into this 5-minute imbalance after news, and price never really got into it. It never gave a good retracement entry. If price would have came up into this sell side imbalance, I would have took a short easy. That's because we were above equilibrium and we would have been in a discount for shorts. So I'll show you right here. So you can see this sell side imbalance imbalance, and it was a balanced price range as well, but so was this, so that's why I ended up supporting there. And I was thinking about taking a short there, but I wanted to see a bit higher price action to take that short, or to be a bit more confident in that short, but it never gave me that last move. But I don't know why it took a long. It just makes no sense. That's just a mistake in my analysis, I guess you could say. But you could see this crazy range, and I even had another opportunity right here, and I believe I took a long in that spot. So you can see this square right here was a 1 minute invert fair value gap that I saw it respect, and that could have been my entry for the short. So take that entry right there on the invert of that fair value gap, and maybe have my stop at this high. What would I target? I already have all my levels there, so easily could have targeted these levels down here. Obviously taking partial on the way down, but we even got to this big level down on the next day. Either way, I wouldn't have held to the next day, but that was the trade that I should have took on Friday. And it's so clear, especially if you're using liquidity levels from previous sessions. We took out all the buy side liquidity from the previous London session and the Asian session, so clear manipulation higher, sell low. Obviously the sniper entry would have been up here in the pre-market, but I wanted to wait to see what was going to happen. Either way, we could have took it off this order block and had an entry in here, stop above that high. I don't even think I was paying attention to the market at that time, because that was when PPI came out at 8:30, and I got into the market right before market opened at 9:30. So yeah, that's what ended up happening on that day. And then let's move on to Friday. So Friday, the trade actually ended up leaving without me. Right here, this second trade was the one that I actually ended up taking, and then the first one ended up leaving without me. It never gave me a retracement, never came back down into my level. I was expecting it to at least come back down into this 5 minute buy side imbalance after I saw we manipulated lower during the news at 8:30, took out sell side, and I believe it was also an SMT, so that's even more confirmation we were going to go higher. I was targeting consequent encroachment of this 1 hour imbalance, and then on my second trade, once I saw it coming back down, I could have had this entry right here at 10:20, but I wanted to see if there was going to be any more confirmation that we were going to go higher. So as you can see, we were supported by that buy side imbalance, and then if I go into the 1 minute, we created a small, since everything is fractal, this is a buy model in itself, as you can see. So I entered on this right here, on this buy side imbalance, after we were supported by this 5 minute imbalance, and then prices ended up going straight to my target. But what ended up happening was, for some reason, I think I closed it by accident, but I closed my entry, and then I was just like, I'm not gonna rush into another trade, so I just had to watch it go and hit my target. But both my targets were hit on this day. This one left without me, and this one I closed by accident. So it happens, it's part of the game. But next week is gonna be a pretty chill week. Actually, I want to check right now the economic calendar for next week. All right, so we got Fed speaking at 12 p.m. on Monday. I'll probably see how the market looks, and I'll look to take a trade Monday. Tuesday, we have news at 8:30. It's not looking too bad. Wednesday, FOMC member at 9:35. It's gonna be a pretty chill week. I expect it to be pretty good on Monday, or towards the beginning of the week. So let's just see what ends up happening. We have no high impact news on Friday, so I don't even know if I'll be able, or if I'll take a trade on Friday, but that's what it's looking like. But yeah, like I said, experience this week was really what ended up, I don't want to say killing me, because like I said, I have very small losses, so that's exactly what I've been working on, and that just shows progress in my eyes, because going from losses that were from $500 to like all my losses were less than $150 if I'm not mistaken this week. So that is progress in my eyes. Now it's just a matter of just staying consistent, and like I said, my levels have been getting hit. I just have to pay more attention to session liquidities and see where price is being manipulated to before we end up reaching higher or lower for the draw on liquidity. But like I said, this looks like the beginning of the sell side of the curve for this market maker sell model. So you can see this is the buy side, and if this 1 hour imbalance keeps holding and we move lower, then we could see lower prices next week. But we'll have to see what ends up happening this week. And I'm gonna show you the account right now. All right, so this is the account. As you can see, the account was reset, and I had that small loss on, when was it? I think I took a short on Friday, and it was about $80. So yeah, this is basically the only day I traded was Friday. I wish I had the account information or the data from the beginning of the week to show you the small losses that I took. We're going into the next week with a fresh start, as you can see, and I know for sure that the amount of progress that I've been making is just significant, and I'm starting to see it a bit more clear in terms of what my draw on liquidity is. And really, I just have to focus on my draw on liquidity, session ranges, and then executing really and letting the trade run. And that basically comes with with experience. So like I said, if you're trading on demo or you're just studying the charts and not really putting on your own trades with your own ideas, I suggest you actually end up doing that, because that's the only way you're gonna get the experience. It's one thing to just watch the markets, but to actually be in there risking something that will develop your skills a lot faster. And it doesn't have to be anything crazy. You could get in there and risk $1 really, because at the end of the day, it's just a percentage game. So yeah, that's basically the end of the video. It was a pretty frustrating week with me, just like I said, in winning positions and then not recognizing that we were in the beginning of the week. It was a backloaded week with CPI and PPI, so I should have just been looking for the small hanging fruit, and that was basically every trade. I was winning in all my trades in terms of my positions, and then I just watched it go lower because I expected price to move higher, but we were going to consolidate for the beginning of the week, especially as you can see, basically Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday were the only good days to actually trade. And like I said, that comes with experience. But thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, leave a comment, share with a friend, let me know how your trading week went. If you're looking to build your dream PC, make sure you check out Tektronix and use my discount code RTFLV for 10% off. If you're looking for a new broker for your FX trades, use Hero FX. The link is down in the description. Yeah, I'll catch you in the next video. Hopefully next week I could dial down more on, like I said, my drawing liquidity, my execution, or at least trusting my risk and my analysis, I guess you could say, because that's really, especially on Thursday, like I came in looking for shorts and then I flipped my bias for no reason when it just made a lot of sense, especially if you look at the 1 hour clear manipulation up, or just to purge that buy side liquidity and then explosive move lower with displacement. So just trusting that. And then on Friday I didn't get in. I had multiple chances to get in before that, but I was waiting for a retracement back into that 15-minute or into that 5-minute buy side imbalance before I took that long, and then that second position I closed by accident. So what can you do? But yeah, that's it. That's basically the end of the video. Thank you so much, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.